Hey guys, how you doing today? It's Janaea Huxter here and welcome to day 2! Super excited to have you guys here. Now, I don't normally spend this much time in my car, but yesterday it was like cold and windy and today is cold and rainy, so here I am in my car. So before we get into day 2, I just wanted to touch quickly on something that we did yesterday. So yesterday in day 1, we talked about what you want from your life, what's your end game, and what's your purpose. I also did that quick tip video where I sort of showed you a little exercise that you can do to sort of tap into that voice of your heart, soul, spirit, or God, spirit, whatever. And really help you to determine the difference between that voice, your heart, your soul, that voice, and that voice in your head that's telling you all these other things. Now, that voice in our head definitely seems to keep popping up, but of all of the questions that we covered yesterday, your purpose could possibly be the hardest one, right? And that's really because as soon as we say, what is your purpose? It's like it's a big deal. So as quickly as our heart kicks in, our head kicks in too. So to give you an example of what I mean, when I say, what is your purpose? Write down that very first heart thing that comes into your mind. You don't need to know how it works. You don't need to know what it means. You don't need to know how you're going to do it. You just need to recognize whatever it's saying. So for me, if someone said to me, what is my purpose? I would say to help people. That's what instantly comes to me. And then I was talking to you yesterday about diving deeper through those layers. So why do I want to help people? Well, I felt for a long time within my heart that I can feel through every part of my being how important it is for me to help people. So why is that important to me? It gives me purpose. I think people can get value from that. People can build from that. And why do I feel, or in which way do I feel like I want to help people? And to be honest, there are so many people these days who I feel are crippled or paralyzed by not only their own thoughts and emotions, but the thoughts and emotions of others. We go through life, and I mean, if you look at my 4-year-old or my 8-year-old, they don't have those thoughts that we have, like, oh, could I do that? Am I good enough? They are awesome, but what about me? They don't have those types of thoughts. You ask my daughter who's the cutest, her or her brother, and she's like, me, hands down, every time. So it's not until we're older that we start to introduce often those little niggly things that, maybe somebody said something to us, or maybe we've looked at something and we've compared ourselves to somebody else, and those types of things have really affected us, and they sort of grow, and parts of us begin to shut down because of what we think, because of what people think, because of what we think people think, and the way that we judge ourselves. So why is it important to me? How do I want to help people? I want to help people break through that. I want people to be 100% who they are and okay with that. Break through those barriers of being broken down. Break through those barriers of not being able to be all of you. And then you can just go through those layers. So why do I feel like that? Why is that important to me? And you can really break through those layers. And then you can begin to just go through, well, how is that going to look? How is that going to work? How can I help people with that? So can I help people like that by creating a Facebook group and inviting you guys to do a little course? Could I help people like that by writing posts and content? Could I help people like that by just going up and giving someone a hug and saying, you are amazing, you are worth it, be you. I see you and you're great. Could I do that by speaking on stage and empowering a group of people? There are so many different ways that, of course, you could do it. But if you really peel back those layers and go deep, deep, deep within, you might get to a point where you just can't get anything else out. But if I say to you, what is your purpose? Right? Whatever it is that comes to your heart. Doesn't need to make sense. If all you get is, I love animals, or, I want to be here for my children, then that's okay. If all you get is, I want to do the best I can in my job, then that's okay. But whatever it is that comes to you first, use that. Don't listen to the head noise that comes and kicks in. So today, what we're going to be going through, my hands are getting sore from holding this camera already. So what we're going to be going through is getting really clear on what you actually want from your life and who you are. So who are you as a person? What are those things that are important to you? And what are those things that you really believe in? So if like someone... If you were going to have an argument, or if you were going to have a disagreement with something, I feel like as adults we really don't have those very often, but if there was a point of conversation and somebody was making a point and you just really didn't believe in it, you didn't stand for it, and you had to stick up for what you were saying or your point of that side of things, what is that thing? What is that thing that you feel so strongly about you'd battle it out? Like, of course, our kids, our family, maybe you love your work, maybe you love the products that you sell, maybe you love your business. But what are those things within you that you truly stand for, that are so important to you that you'd go to the ends of the earth to show people, to share that with people? Those things that you'd go to the ends of the earth to defend. So that's a really important question, and I really want to go through today, what types of things are you attracting into your life? So we talked about yesterday what you really want from your life, and we talked about, what's your end game look like? So what are you currently attracting into your life? Like, why haven't you been able to get those things so far? Have you been attracting terrible men or terrible women in relationships, the crazies? Have you been attracting jobs that don't pay you enough? Have you been attracting home businesses that just don't support you or just don't work for you? And what types of things have you been attracting into your life? Has it been people with particular traits? And just remember, guys, it is definitely okay to pause this video so that you can get some of this down. It's really important that you write it down. So those are some of the things that maybe we attract, but what are some things that we want to attract? If we're in that life, if we've got that end game, if we've got those goals and those dreams that we want, what types of things do we need to attract into our lives to be able to get those things? Is it better relationships? Is it better friendships? Is it a business opportunity to pay you amazingly because one of your goals is money and a house and travel and helping people, and currently you're just working and you don't know how to get it? Whatever it may be for you is 100% fine, but let's look at those things that we really need to attract into our lives and those extra things that we really need to introduce to our lives. So it could be personal development. It could be connecting with yourself. It could be connecting with God or a spirit or an angel or whatever it is that you believe in. It could just be incredible friendships, somebody to support you. It could be anything like that. The list could go on. But just get really clear on what you've been attracting into your life, and maybe some of those things that have been holding you back. You might be able to, put a tick or a cross or whatever and a highlight or something. Those things that you feel like you've attracted into your life that are holding you back, and maybe some of those patterns that you need to change. So what are you attracting? And I want to know what you're accepting. So we know our goal, right? We know our end game. We're working on our purpose and we're working on what we stand for. But what are we accepting in our lives that are holding us back? So are you accepting having a boss who doesn't appreciate you? Are you accepting being absolutely phenomenal at your job and not getting paid for it, or not getting treated well for it, not being appreciated enough? Are you accepting being the best husband or wife you could possibly be, giving that relationship your all, only to get walked all over? Are you accepting playing it small in your business when really you just want to go and play big? Are you accepting those patterns of behavior where we're like, oh, we'll do it later, when really we should be doing it now? Are you accepting those excuses in your head to say, I can't do this, I can't do that, this isn't the right time, I don't have enough money for this, I don't need to do this? Are you accepting those reasonings from within us? So really get clear on the types of things that you're accepting in your life that could be holding you back right now. Are you accepting relationships or people who are just constantly dragging you and draining you down? Are you attracting and accepting jobs that are draining you down? Are you spending your time with people who are draining you down? Are you doing mindless tasks that you absolutely hate that just drain your energy all the time? Or are you doing shit that lights you up? So we've sort of been through a lot of that, and from this we're going to start to really dive deep into what you actually stand for in your message. So go back to what you really believe in. Go back to where you got to with your purpose and work out what your message could be to this world. So, I mean, from what I said before, my message could be believe in your fucking self. Believe in yourself. You are incredible. You are powerful, and go out there and get it. You being you is okay, and you don't need to try and be anywhere else. Anyone else. That's just an example. But your message could be anything. Take what your values, take what you believe in, take where you want to go, take your purpose, and just close your eyes for a second and think, what do I stand for? What is my message? If I had to share that with the world, if I had to share that with the person next to me, if I had to share it with Facebook, or I had to share my vision with somebody in some way, what would my message be? What's that thing inside of me, that one piece of value that I have to give the world? And what's that one thing that people just need to know? So I know that's a little bit of a tricky one, but think about that today, guys. Think about that. Listen to your heart, and let's go from there. And I will be looking forward to seeing you guys tomorrow on day 3, where we will be going through beginning to share yourself from a place of power. And this is where we really begin to, I suppose, dive deep into the direction that you can be going to within your message, within your dream, within your heart. Which not only knowing who you are as a person, which hopefully you've began to shape some of that, knowing who you are. In this first couple of days, you should have started to really begin to know who you are as a person, know what you value as a person, and what your heart values, what isn't serving you, what is serving you, and maybe some little things that you need to change. And tomorrow we'll be really going into the direction that can take you, and really starting to help you open up over the next few days. So have an awesome day. I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow, and yeah, see you tomorrow on day 3. Bye guys.